Hello and welcome back to Marvel Puzzle Quests with me, P.I. McLeod, on day 3970. Got my free Kamala Khan cover here, 5-star of course. Looking down the line at 3979 for being another token. Super close, 30 days away from day 4000. Don't know what's going to happen, but probably nothing. Just, go back and look at days 1000, 2000, and 3000 for extra clues. Okay, enough of that aside. We're here to do some Crashing of the Titans. I know it's Wednesday. I usually do this on a Monday. Let me just tell you, I've had a little of an important week. I've celebrated a wedding anniversary this week. Super good stuff on my end here. Have dealt with my kids going back to school. And just, had busy things around the house. These things happen. It's not going to be like this every week. Some weeks it's just busier than others. But thank you for hanging with me and making sure that, we get this information out there. It's not really much information today. It's just Crashing Titans. But at the same time, you know how I like to go through the ins and outs of both the player character that you are and, of course, the enemies we go through. We go through all the tiny little minutiae of each of them. Not to mention maybe a little origin for MPQ side of things. By the way, before I click this Deadpool Daily thing right here, do you guys know that tomorrow's new character is the Purple Man, aka Kilgrave? The bad guy from Jessica Jones. I'm psyched. I'm just saying, he's a cool bad guy. If you don't know anything about him, just think of a dude with a ton of mind control. It's such a simple premise, but it's a scary premise. It's very cool, especially how they executed it in the Netflix series. If you haven't seen it, go see it. It was a fun series, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this bad guy operates in this game. Obviously, we can look at the forum, look at the skills all we want, but seeing it in action is a little more fun. Anyways, here we are. We got 2 Titans to crash today, but both of them look like Super Skrull. I'm not happy if that's the case, because, man, for real, you couldn't just make another... You'd think we'd be past this by this point. Come on. Okay, let's see what we get to do here. Yep, there it is, Super Skrull, 535. So he's not cheating. This is a totally normal Super Skrull fight. Let me sum up how these... how this is going to go down, how Super Skrull works and operates in this space. Super Skrull's abilities, his blue is the ability that mimics each of the Fantastic Four's powers, meaning there's a power for stretchiness, a power for invisibility, a power for flames, and a power for this big old strong rock fist, right? It's pretty cheap. Each of them are not that expensive at all. I think they're all the same price, actually. You just cast one and it asks you which one you want. The Mr. Fantastic one, the Mr. Fantastic one, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of something else, would have been, it makes projectiles and it does a pretty good job of that, but you could probably do a little more with that. That blue AP is better served in one of the other powers, in my opinion, one of my favorites, I'll just say it right now, the Human Torch. I was going to save it for last, but let's just say it now. Human Torch makes a repeater that puts out attack tiles, plural, every turn, and just keeps doing it until that repeater tile's gone. It's really good at filling up the stage full of your own personal attack tiles. The Thing one is really nice. It just does a bunch of little mini nukes, basically the Thing punching the opponent. The Invisible Woman one, if I remember correctly, I don't remember if it makes him invisible or not. We'll have to look when we get into the fight. I apologize. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I don't remember using it that often. The green is honestly better than what they put it at here. I'd put that at 5 and not at 3. It's another nuke ability. It destroys a section of tiles on the board, albeit it's random. But for every friendly tile it destroys, I'll have to double check the wording again, but I think for every friendly tile you destroy, you also generate a blue AP. So it lets him use those blue powers again and again and again. Finally, the purple one is it's supposed to be him turning into the enemy, camouflage and kind of like Mystique, but it doesn't really do all that. if I remember correctly, and see, this one I'm a little lax on. It isn't that good. I have it at 3 for a reason. I don't really ever use it. It's just not that good of a power comparatively. Let's look at it when we get in there. Super Scroll came into MPQ like a few years back, and while he's got some cool nukes and flexible powers, no pun intended, he's just kind of forgettable amongst the crowd of characters in the 4-star realm. He's not really standing out for anything. He's not horrible. He's not like Reptile. He's just blah. Anyways, let's get into this. We got Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur as our characters for this week. They're much newer. They've come into the game about around a year ago, and they don't have anything quite crazy powerful. However, they're really good at controlling the board and manipulating it so that the tiles are on your side, that there's no enemy tiles to really worry about. Here, I'd like to start with, if you don't mind, Dino Dance Party. I really like how this power works. It's nice and cheap. It's 5 purple. You get at level 5, you get 4 5-turn countdowns. Those tiles move away from the edges, and then, so in other words, they kind of move inward, okay? And then rotate all the adjacent tiles around them. So all 8 tiles surrounding them, each one of them rotates them, destroys any special tiles that were rotated, and then they swap places with another random basic tile. Those destroyed tiles don't deal damage or an AP, but who cares at that point? You've just shook the board up so much. And as a passive, whenever the Dino Dance tile leaves a board, and there's 4 of them in this case, you get a scrap point. What are scrap points? Glad you asked. Let's look at a Spark of Genius to find out. For 8 blue, you deal some damage to the target enemy, but this damage is increased by an even bigger amount for every 4 scrap points you have. But then you reduce your scrap to 0. It seems like a lot to ask for, but honestly, in this day and age in the game, there's so many ways to get to have enemy specials out there. Whether you create them or the enemy does, enemy specials can be pretty abundant. In other words, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur are good to use against certain key opponents. As a passive, whenever a special tile is matched or destroyed, you gain a scrap point. Any special, it means friendly or enemy. It's pretty good, matched or destroyed. I'm telling you, you can get a lot of scrap built up. Notice how there's no cap here too. You could have, 64 scrap points. It'll increase by 2,054 in this case for every 4 scrap points. Finally, there's Devil Rampage. For 7 green, I'm going to crank it to 5 for you guys. You destroy a target special tile and all tiles adjacent to it, then deal extra damage to a random enemy. But if there are no targetable special tiles, instead you just deal a larger chunk of damage to a second target. Honestly, the fact that there's if, ands, and buts involved here, and it kind of relies on whether or not there's a special tile or not. I don't like the fact that it does one thing or another based on if there's an enemy special. It's not as controllable as I'd like. That's why I put it down to 3. I think the blue has a lot more damage potential, and this purple helps clean up and get a lot of scrap out of it. Anyways, Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur didn't really shake the game up, kind of like Super Scroll, but at the same time, she's definitely leaps and bounds ahead of him. He can do some decent damage and could potentially beat Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur out, but I don't see it happening. It's just, I don't think it's in the cards. Anyways, let's get into it real quick. Turn on the animations. I do this every week. I swear I do. Every time I forget to turn character effects on. It's a fun little innocent thing I do every time. Here we go. We need purple, we need blue, we need green. I see lots of purple, so I guess we're going to start there. Oh, we said we're going to look at his powers. Let's do that real quick. There's the blue, the manifest entity. There's Now You See Me. There are 3 yellow invisibility tiles targeting Super Scroll. If they're matched or destroyed, you deal damage to the target. So, I don't know. It's okay. I mean, the fact that he's invisible and it's hard to find him because there's more than just one tile, that's pretty cool, but the rest of this isn't so much. 5 protect tiles, replacing enemy strike attack protects. I knew there was something extra there. I just couldn't think of what it was. Hotness, like I said, create a bunch of attack tiles on a repeater. And then, yep, hit the target 3 times. Like, it's multiple mini nukes. Oh yeah, if the power downs the target, create black attack tiles. I forgot about that. Anyways, the purple... let's see, create a 3-turn countdown that shapeshifts Super Scroll into the target, see? And steals a burst of health from the target's allies each turn. When the countdown tile expires, you steal 4 strike, attack, and protect tiles from the enemy team. As a passive, if the enemy team fires a power while he's shapeshifted, you get to improve 5 of your random friendly strike, attack, or protect tiles by a large margin. It's decent, but it's just so much ifs once again. You're stealing bursts of health from the target's allies each turn. I don't see how a small burst of health like that is really going to help turn the tide. It rarely comes down to numbers like that. And then when the tile expires, which it is a 3-turn countdown, so you gotta wait 3 turns for this to expire just to steal 4 of these tiles. Yuck. And finally, he has to be shapeshifted with this power in order to get that 5-tile improve passive. There's too many ifs and buts. I'd rather go for the blue into the green. Just saying, it's a lot better bang for your buck. Okay, now that we're out of that, let's go... Well, I want purple, I want blue, I want green. I'm not seeing a lot of it, so I guess we're going here. Really not a good board. Go here. He's going to take the green. There you go. Had to sacrifice the green just to get things moving, I guess. So I'm going to put out this Dino Dance Party. Believe me, this is like the best power. I swear it is. It doesn't do anything profound, but watch. Does that, and it took care of one of their own tiles, right? One of their own countdowns that caught into it. But I still got a free spark point from doing that. It's well and beyond worth it, because now the blue is going to do more damage after I get 4 of these spark points built up. And I'm plus getting free matches out of this too. It's definitely a good ability. I like the idea that Super Scroll turns into 2 different people here, or a person and a dinosaur. He's so talented. He can turn into multiple things at the same time. I'll just give you match 5. I don't need it, right? It's cute. I kind of want the dance party to go off. Let me get that green. It's okay, take a match 5. You need it. This poor game. It never sees wins. Here we go. Destroy a target special tile. I think we got one. And all adjacent tiles deal damage. Yeah, whatever. We're doing it. Chomp. Patooey chomp. Let's take this blue so we can see the Spark of Genius work. Oh, he chose the hotness. That's perfect. Here, first off, let's do this. Should I do this now or later? I'm thinking we're going to get a lot of scrap here in a second. Let's do this first. Perfect timing, coming right up here. Dance party underway. Let's start taking apart some of these tiles to get our scrap built up. Look at all those tiles he's got out there. We're getting Sparks of Genius built up just because he matched those. That's a lot of scrap. We're up to 20 points now. So that's an extra 5 uses of scrap. Because, for every 4 you get that bonus. So Spark of Genius. And dead. Really good. Good ability. Of course, doesn't do much if the opponent doesn't put out a lot of tiles with you, but still. Boy, look what we get to do again. Go against Super Scroll one more time. I don't understand it. Couldn't you put another one in there? No? We're just going to do the same thing? Okay. Cute. Not really. If you're going to go against him and, like, say you don't have a champed Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur combo, right? You can always use supports to help you out. It is... It's a bad guy, and you definitely have special tiles you could make with those that dance routine. So you could put in something like Carol's Communicator to match those away to get some health back. You could do something like Vibranium Ore to make some protect tiles to help you last a little longer, and plus you can match those away for scrap. You could put on the Quantum Realm to start with more purple AP by chance, and hence get that dance party rolling a little quicker. Obviously, there's good one-on-one ones like Scrolluminati, Symbiote Goo, Deadpool. Eros' Arrow is really, really good. All right, let's put that on just for funsies, right? Let's do that. Have you seen that, how it works? If you haven't, let's take a look. We're going to go with the match 4 right here. I think that's a smart move. So I got that heart tile out there now. That's for Eros' Arrow. See, it says Love Struck. The Love Struck enemy is Super Scroll. The Love Struck ally is Moon Girl. It lasts for 4 turns. If you don't know what that means, that is not the button I wanted to hit. I wanted to hit them. Yep, round 2 of it, John. Good to see you, man. It just says, at the end of the turn, one doesn't exist, create a 5-turn Love Struck tile, targeting a random enemy and ally in front. The Love Struck enemy does 80% reduced damage while this tile exists. It's really handy. If the ally you equip it to happens to be one of the quote-unquote archers, which doesn't necessarily just mean people with bows and arrows, mind you. Shang-Chi is an archer for some reason, and Loki is an archer. There's a couple different archers in there that make you wonder why are they called archers? Anyways, the Love Struck tile gets to be fortified, targets the current enemy target instead of a random enemy, and you deal a small percentage of your max health damage to the enemy target of the Love Struck tile after it's created. It's nice little bonuses. Let me just say that much. Anyways, this fight was lame twice. Yes, it is, John. It very, very much is. But I've already explained everything I can explain about this. We've already seen all the animations for this fight, so we're kind of on a very easy autopilot win right now. I want to note, though, that I'm now looking for an opportunity, not here right in this game, that's not what I'm talking about, to stream a little bit of Xbox here coming up. I think I've got everything set up as it should be. I don't know if there's anything I'm missing, but that's the whole point of the stream. The whole point of the stream I've got coming up is going to be to check to see if everything works. I'll probably stream for like a half hour or something like that, something small, just to make sure everything works. Audio's fine, everyone can hear me, everyone can see me, etc., etc. If I get my druthers, it'll probably be done maybe tomorrow. I don't know, I can't promise anything, but probably within the week. I'm definitely working towards it. And when I say within a week, I mean like within like 7 days. Yeah. So just kill him, no frills. Test run stream. Yeah, basically it's what it is. It's a test run stream. Totally. Do we have enough spark yet? No? Maybe? Enough of these scrap points. I have 13 of them, so that's 3 sets of it. That's 6,000 extra damage on top of that. 7,700. Nope, we need a little more scrap to make sure the kill goes through. Like the disco ball she has, yeah. I think it's pretty cool. I still like her character design. I think it works well. It's might not be the quickest thing ever, but I think it works really well. Let's run this rampage. I'll destroy the love struck. Why not? The other ones are capable of doing board shake, so leave those alone. So now we're at 16. That's 4 sets of 2,000 added on, plus the 1,700 it starts. That's enough to win. There we go. Easy peasy. That's 2 LTs that a little girl and her dinosaur is stealing from Super Scroll. Could have been more thrilling if they would have put a second opponent in there, but whatever. So that's it for our Crash of the Titans. I am looking forward to this test stream coming up. Maybe it's tomorrow, but I can't guarantee anything. As of Friday, I'll be going on a little mini vacation for a bit. I'll be back over the weekend, on Sunday. Maybe I'll do on Sunday night, something like that. All I know is it'll be soon enough. And when it happens, it'll be short, it'll be sweet. And I'll probably run something that people aren't used to. Not Puzzle Quest, something on the Xbox, something... I downloaded some old kitschy games recently, and I like that stuff. I like indie games, so we'll have to play around. Yeah, I hope you do too, man. And well, I'm gonna stop it here. I will talk to y'all later. Thanks for joining me, John, and I'll see you guys next time. Halo. Yeah, kitschy games. Yeah, that's an indie game. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could, but I wouldn't have considered that indie. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.